Hello YouTube! What's going on? Today we're gonna once again take a look at this week's trials. Now, the Flashpoint update dropped today, and as always, Embark screwed something over. I have 1100 hours in this game. I reached Hotshot in Season 1, Cantina in Season 2. I'm sitting at Hotshot in this season. It's always the same. When a big update drops in the middle of the week, the trials are getting screwed. We're gonna look at the trials, and some parts of it might be like a little bit of a prediction because we just simply don't know at this moment in time. As always, I will share all the information that I have. No gatekeeping, no paywalls, no members only, nothing of that nonsense, right? The only thing I would like to kindly ask you as a favor in return, if you wouldn't mind, is to like and subscribe and maybe share the video with a friend if you're doing trials together. It would help me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. As always, I'll be doing those trials solo on twitch.tv/VaniP. Come over there and follow the channel. If you have any questions about the trials, or if you want to let me know which trial you are struggling the most with, hit me up in the comments down below. I will just upload my runs of that specific trial. As per usual, we're going to take a look at solo trials and group play. The only thing I will skip this week is the maximum amount of points reached, because with a new update, the leaderboards are kind of screwed because, for example, if you take Search First Wave Husks, they used to be done on Spaceport Electromagnetic Storm, which with the new update dropped out of the rotation. And therefore, there are people that have already done it on Monday, and then on Tuesday, the update hit, and now you can't do it on Spaceport EMS anymore. So therefore, we're going to skip the points this week, and we're just going to look at the trials and solo and group play. The trials of this week are open containers inside the traffic tunnels on Blue Gate, deal damage to shredders, loot birds' nests on Buried City, search first wave husks, and damage flying arc enemies. Now, the first trial of the week is open containers inside the traffic tunnels of Blue Gate. You used to do this trial on the Locked Gate event. With the latest update, you are not able to take out the security codes anymore, and therefore this might change a little bit in the future. In an optimal world, you still want to do it on Locked Gate because it has the most containers, and therefore you will be able to get the highest score. But you need to be very lucky, especially as a solo player, because you will need to open the gates as fast as possible. If the gates are not opened by the, I'd say, 35-minute mark, you can leave. There's no point in trying. There are a couple of shenanigans going on with this trial. I have done a solo run that I've recorded previously on this trial. I will link it up there. If you want to check it out, it's good to get a general idea of what counts towards the trial and what containers are lootable or not. Let's assume we play on Locked Gate for the optimal score, right? There are cars in front of the tunnel that count towards the points, but not all of them. Like just the cars really close. I'm going to show you a picture right here. Nothing above the ground floor basically counts in the middle of the tunnel where the zip line goes up. Nothing up there counts, so you don't need to go up there. And there are a couple of electrical boxes that are quite kind of tricky. Like, for example, in this picture, the lower one gives you points towards the trial. The one in the top does not. That still is not updated. One thing you want to know, though, is you want to loot the antennas on top of the small security buildings. There are antennas up there that are lootable. A lot of people don't know this. If you're doing this on Locked Gate, you want to bring the patrol car keys, because there can be loot inside the patrol cars as well. Well, to reach the maximum amount of scores, you also want to bring the confiscation room key, which is located inside the security wing. There's not much of a difference between the strategy in solo and the strategy in group play. The only difference is that obviously in group play, you want to split you up. You want to loot the maintenance wing and open up the cars. You also want to loot on top of the maintenance wing. There is a small ventilation shaft up here that some people forget about. And obviously the entire security wing. Don't forget to also open up the puzzle room where you have to put in the 3 batteries there are a lot of containers in there as well. As for group play, I would probably do a split similar to this. One player checks the security wing, one player checks the entire tunnel, and one player checks the maintenance wing. Also, don't forget there are a couple of small boxes out here that you want to loot as well, because those give points as well for some weird reason. I don't know why. The second trial of this week is deal damage to shredders. I haven't tested the shredder situation on the other maps since the Flashpoint update, but I'm strongly assuming that it's still gonna be best to do this on Stella Montes, even though it's gonna be hard because like everyone's gonna be doing it, but it is what it is. Stella Montes is probably the way to go here. Depending whether you play this solo or in a group, you might want to switch up your strategy here a little bit. We're gonna take a look at the map, how to rotate and where to rotate to. Okay, so just a quick general overview for this trial. You want to bring probably 9 zip lines, a hole cracker as a main weapon, either a weapon to PvP or an anvil to kill like the fireballs and the pops and stuff like that. We're gonna take a look at the solo route first, and then afterwards how to split in a group. So as always, green are the zip lines. We're gonna take a look at the top section first, and we're gonna assume that we spawn in cafeteria just to have like a general starting point. So from cafeteria, clear atrium if you have shredders, and then if you're going for an absolute high score, you need shredders and atrium. From atrium, we're gonna drop down the zip to cultural archives, clear the cultural archives, go back up on the other side through business center, clear the shredders in business center. From business center, we're going to lobby, use the zip line to get on the bottom floor, clear the shredders there, and from there, we're gonna go to lobby metro. This zip line goes down to lobby metro. So this goes down again. Go to lobby metro, clear the shredders in lobby metro. And from lobby metro, we're gonna go towards the central corridor, like go up the stairs and then jump out. If you have a zipline, put it up and go through the central corridor. There is one shredder spawn here and one here, I think. Go through central corridor to medical, clear the medical shredders on the bottom and on the top floor. From there, we're gonna take this exit because we want to go down to loading bay. Now, this is where we're gonna switch to the bottom section of the map. So when you come out of loading bay, you want to take the zip line down because there's one shredder spawn right here, and that's basically the way where it goes down to the extract of loading bay. You want to clear that. There is sometimes another shredder roaming around the loading bay, so watch out for that. From here, you want to go to robotic sandbox. The first thing you want to do is check if this shredder right here spawned. There is a shredder that patrols between seed vault and robotic in this hallway. If so, kill this shredder first. If not, you want to clear the lower side of robotic and sandbox. Then go up this, put a zipline here, go up, clear the control room. From there, you just take the stairs up here that go back up to atrium and you start your route over again. Now, if you're playing in a group, the routes are kind of similar, but you have to split up to get the maximum amount of points. One player takes this section of the map, this one shredder down here between seed vault and robotics, cultural archives, business center, business launch. The second player takes this general area, which is basically lobby and down here lobby metro, through sandbox and robotics, and then come back up at atrium. Just rotate this over and over again. And the third player takes care of the shredders in central corridor, medical research, and loading bay, the shredder that spawns down here. Voila, you have your setup for a 3-man split. The third trial this week is loot bird's nest. Similar to the containers on locked gate, there is not much difference between solo play and group play, other than splitting up. You can do this solo and get the majority of the points. It is kind of hard because there is a lot of running and a lot of looting to do, and you gotta be a little bit lucky that other players are killing like the Rocketeers and stuff. So the main things you want to bring for this trial as a solo player is adrenaline shots, a snap hook, and a photoelectric cloak to like avoid Rocketeers and stuff. As always, we're gonna take a look at the map and look at the solo route first, and then afterwards like how I would generally split it up in group play. For this, we're using the Arc Raiders Maps.app website. There you can go and like check all the nests. As you can see, they are not on the entirety of Buried City. There are just specific areas that the nests can spawn in. For example, you have no nests by the general hospital parking garage and Galleria. That side of the map has no nests at all. We're gonna zoom in a little bit so we can see the birds' nests better. I'm gonna now tell you the route that I took last time when I did it solo. Nothing has changed here. In group play, we're just gonna split up the entire thing, so it's faster. I spawned like somewhere over here, looted this general area first, and then from here, I looted the Santa Maria roofs. From the Santa Maria houses, you want to loot those houses here first, and then go to Town Hall. The reason being is, after Town Hall, there is one zip line that's already pre-installed from here to here. So loot the Town Hall, take the zip line, go over here, and then basically just do the entire outside. Me personally, I've looted Piazza Arbusto first, went through Red Tower, the outside, because it can be like kind of hard. This specific area of the map is kind of hard to like keep in mind which chimney you've looted and which not. So after that, I went to the church, then looted this entire row here. And from there, just Plaza Rosa, Main Street, and the Abundant Highway Camp. Now, one very important thing is, on Bird City, you can take a hatch key. With that in mind, the first thing you want to do is you open up your map, you check your spawn position, and you check the hatch position, and from there you plan your route. The reason you want to take a hatch is because usually it's way faster to reach the hatch than to reach the extract. If you play in a group, once again, you have to split up the entire thing. I would suggest that one player does this part of the map, and then you just draw a line in here, basically, and one player takes the blue side, and one player takes the green side. You might want to help the player on the green side, especially the red guy might want to help, because those chimneys might take a little bit longer to loot than everything else. The fourth trial of this week is Search First Wave Husks. Now, this is where Embark screwed us over this week once again, because, as I said, the best map for this used to be Spaceport and Electromagnetic Storm. With the new update, there is no Spaceport EMS anymore in the rotation. Therefore, we're kind of screwed, at least those people that didn't do it on EMS yet. The next best alternative for this is the damn Battlegrounds, probably on Electromagnetic Storm as well. For this trial, you will need, once again, a lot of stims, a photoelectric cloak to avoid rocketeers and other annoying arc. And there's one little thing that you should know. If you breach the husk and you see a small lightning sparkling around the arc, you want to jump away from the arc and then go back to it and loot the arc to not get electrocuted. The next thing you want to know is that each kind of husks give the same amount of score. You get 800 points for every husk, no matter the size. We're going to take a look at the map and solo and group play right now. We switched to arcraidersmaps.app. As always, the trusty old website. Selecting damn Battlegrounds, and there we're gonna go for the 3 Baron husks that you want to loot as well. The Rocketeer husks, which are the bigger round husks, and the Wasp husks. Those are the small husks that you see on the floor. Those can be a little bit hard to see, especially on the old Battlegrounds. So keep an eye out for them, but you wanna really don't miss those, because that's the husk you breach the fastest, and since they give the same amount of points, it's like very beneficial to loot them, right? Now, if you're playing this solo, you kinda have to roll the dice and hope that other people are doing this trial and open the husks for you as well, because otherwise it will be kind of hard to open every single husk. Depending on the spawn, you just have to rotate the map and know the husk locations. Keep the map up on the second monitor, run from one location to the next, breach as many husks as you can, and hope that by the time you get on the other side of the map, for example, if you start on the swamp side, by the side you get on the Red Lakes side, those husks are already opened and you just have to tap into it. Oh yeah, just because I forgot to mention, you don't have to actually loot them. It's enough if you just tap into them. If you're playing in a group, I would suggest you split up the following. One player does the old Battlegrounds and the swamp area. One player does the scrapyard and around the Red Lakes balcony. And one player does the power generation complex, the breach, and this part of the Red Lake. One more important note. Usually, each hatch has a husk around it. If you take a look at the map, there's usually a wasp husk around each hatch. So just keep that in the back of your head. If you come across a hatch, there should be a husk there. Hi, Editor Vanny here. I just realized that I forgot something very important to mention. That is the new area on Dam. The controlled access zone has a lot of husks in there. You definitely don't want to miss out. Go down there and breach every single husk you can find. All right, peace, and let's continue. The last and final trial of this week is Damage Flying Arc Enemies. The way to get the highest score possible used to be locked gate. Just because of the double Rocketeer spawns, go in with a bajillion of snitch scanners and keep cycling the Rocketeers and throw your scanners. With the new update, they introduced a new map condition called Close Scrutiny, which is a major map condition as well, which means you get double the points, and the amount of flying arc it spawns is absolutely insane. Therefore, you definitely want to do this on the new map condition. Now let's talk about the arc. So what you have to do in this game mode is to go to landing big probe things that shoot a red laser into the sky, breach them and open them. They then spawn flying arc, including the new arc, the Vaporizer. The Vaporizer gives twice as many points almost as the Rocketeer, and they spawn in insane amounts actually. No one knows right now which is the best map to do this on. I am assuming it's still Bluegate or Spaceport, probably Bluegate though. If you really want to push this to the absolute craziest score possible, you will need wolf packs, you will need a hole cracker. I think hole cracker is the best way to deal with the new arc, and you will need snitch scanners as well. Now doing the solo will be a nightmare once everything settles a little bit and not everyone's doing it. The new arc is kind of deadly and it has a shield, just like the matriarch. So the thing you want to do is shoot it once, wait for the shield to drop, and after it dropped the shield, wolfpack it. That's probably the fastest way to kill it. If you really want to push this, you bring snitch scanners as well. Solo as many as you can carry. In group play, you need probably like 10 to 11 stacks each. There is not too much of data we have right now about this trial combined with that map condition. So therefore, I would suggest you bring either a hole cracker or a Jupiter, a lot of wolf packs, and just fire at whatever you can and hope for the best. It sounds very dumb, but it is what it is. I think the scores will be way beyond 100,000 on this trial, and this will probably be the major trial of this week that you will get the most points on. Now, as a solo, you want to run to the red laser beams as fast as possible and kill as many vaporizers as you can. Hope that other people are looting it, so you don't have to deal with that. If not, there is a small trick that you can do. Just bring a photoelectric cloak, go to the thing, breach it, and then cloak, wait till all the arc spawns, and then once you're in a safe position, start blasting the arc. If you're doing this in a group, you might want to split up, because sometimes the second assessor spawns before the first one is cleared. So therefore I would just do the usual three-way split, where one player takes care of this general area, one of this, and one of this. This is how I would go about it. Obviously, if you do this, you want to do this in friendly lobbies. That being said, friendly lobbies in trios is kind of a gamble, so good luck with that. Since this combination of trial and map condition is new, this is kind of a prediction and a shot in the dark, so take that with a grain of salt. That's my assumption on how you'll get the highest score possible, but we're gonna see by the end of the week. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And if this video was helpful, consider liking and subscribing, sharing it with a friend. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and good luck topside.